All right, guys, before we do the drivability portion, I just wanted to show you how documented this build is. And this is literally a fraction of the paperwork. Usually when we have a vehicle in here that's documented, built, modified, we'll scan each invoice. We have over 100 documents on this build. There's what you see here, plus that binder is still filled, so there's no way we're going to scan all these and PDF file them. But these are right here, just all of the manuals to the VEX system, the oil system, and there are, even within these systems, there's great notations throughout. So I mean, everything is documented. Pictures of the builds. This is all Joe Racing stuff. And a lot of these invoices, I mean, we're looking at big dollar invoices right here. I mean, here's a, nearly $7,500 invoice. There's everything from the machine shops, the porting services, all the port numbers. There's not one part of this build that is not documented down to the most detailed information that someone would want. I mean, just to kind of look at some of these, here's a, $2,000 invoice. I mean, all these are high dollar invoices. Here's a $7,000 invoice that covered part of the Suncoast transmission in there. Here's a $4,500 nearly service. I mean, it just $600 invoice. These are the rods, $1,800. Diamond pistons. I mean, it's just crazy how much money is put into this truck, how much time. We have, notations that were made that have been then converted over to charts, but we actually have even permission, because the guy was overseas during a lot of the build, where he's given shops full rights to put whatever is needed and recommended in the build. So much documentation throughout this whole binder, all the parts. It even has a lot of the factory specs. I mean, it's just, the guy, I believe, was a military engineer, so without saying, engineers are, I mean, there's just so much information on here. Once again, there's a lot of notations on here for all the specs. He has cross-referenced a lot of specs to make sure everything that was getting done was the best. There's a lot of research that was done that is in here as well. There's a ton of different dynos for anytime a new VEX system came out, it was installed. All the air fuel ratios, the different measurements. You have stock. I mean, just so many variables. There's nothing that was not noted in here. Reeves RPM Performance did a lot of work. Everything just extremely well documented. And within these pages too, guys, there are anywhere from 5 to 10 sheets within each one of these sleeves. So, these sleeves that we're turning aren't one-page sleeves. Tons of invoice. I mean, it literally goes on and on. Has a lot of important emails that were done, but diamond pistons, all the info for that. But like I said, this more documents than one would ever need. So see all that good stuff. Now let's go ahead and take this thing out for a drive. just to kind of show you what we do here. Those are all of our custom built Jeeps that we built. Do want to let you guys know that we do take trade-ins as well. And now that we have a smaller camera than the first one, we'll go over this thing real quick again. But this thing is just evil looking. Like I touched on so many times in the first video, the paint is really as perfect as you can get. The wheels are a graphite metallic, which in person there is a contrast between the black paint. From far away, the wheels could look black if you weren't told. We painted the calipers, they're nice and fresh. But the inside of this thing is in mint condition. This thing's been sitting out here for quite some time, so we'll get a good cold start on it as well. You have all your keys to your rear bed to lock that up, your remotes. All your gauges work as they should. You got your scan gauge here that goes through the whole system as well. You got different things here for like your air horns, and I think one's a purge button, but we have all that information. All your windows work, sunroof works, AC works very well, which we're going to turn that on because it is a very hot day here. 19,400 miles, and I'm not going to go crazy on this truck because it will get sideways quick, and I want to make sure we sell it to you guys in the condition that it's in. This button right here, right there, that's for the exhaust. It opens up the dumps in it, and it is just crazy loud at that point. Supercharger, definitely, you know it's there, it's loud. Watching this video that are expecting some sort of fast pull, that's not going to happen. I'm just going to show you the drivability of this thing. I got one hand on the wheel, one on the camera, and I'm not going to lose control of this truck just to show you guys how fast it is. pressure. Not sure if you guys will be able to. Definitely much louder. Not sure how that's picking up. Just opened up the dumps. Go ahead and close them. Much quieter.